Hello, my name is Tyra Glover, and this is my Module 5 Student Life Discussion post. My first point of discussion will be residence life. And I chose this first point because I've always worked with residents. I've always worked in housing and residence life. In undergrad, I worked for the main office in housing, and I served as a GA at North Carolina A&T State with the Housing and Residence Life Department. Residence life is a really big part of a student's matriculation through college, believe it or not. Um, when you're studying studies, going to class, being involved in different organizations, the main thing that you want to do when you leave those functions is lay down or interact with those who you live with, because the people that you live with now becomes your family because you see them on an everyday basis, Monday through Friday, or even the weekends if you don't go home. I think most people don't really understand how big of a impact residence life has on a student. And as an associate VP, I would definitely stress this situation. So many things happen within resident life. I have saw so many different situations happen while working with residents, from depression, from mental health illnesses, just seeing them battle personal things, family situations. These individuals truly become your family while living with them. So, as an associate VP or even as a higher education professional, I definitely will put emphasis on making sure though that these students have the necessities that they need, that their housing is adequate, because some institutions, they have mold in them, the air doesn't work. I've just seen so many different things as I travel across the world with different institutions and how they run their housing, and seeing how each institution runs their housing is very interesting. My next point is student involvement. Student involvement plays another big role in a student's matriculation throughout college, because this makes or breaks your college experience. You can go to school with someone and you can hear them say, I had the best time at the University of Georgia, or I had the worst time at the University of Georgia. And sitting down with that student to understand what did they do while they were at that university, what were they involved in, who did they meet, what impressions did not only the staff but the institution make on them, has a very big impact. I always tell students, your experience on college or how you handle your situations is up to you. It's up to you to get outside of your dorm, to go meet different people, to go see different people, to go to see what these clubs and organizations hold. As an associate VP or a higher education professor, I would most definitely encourage students to go and to be involved, because I was heavily involved when I was in undergrad, and that truly made a lifelong experience worthwhile for me. I wouldn't trade anything for my undergrad experience, because I was super involved. I met a lot of people, made tremendous amount of connections. So student involvement is very important, and I think that those who work with higher education students should push these students to go be involved, to go meet new people, because oftentimes we are raised around people who are just like us, and when we meet different people who aren't like us, it's sometimes scary, but it's a really good thing. My next point is community partnerships. When students come to these schools, sometimes they're from out of state, they're from out of town, they didn't grow up in this city, and having that community partnership with the institution is very important, because when you have maybe a natural disasters, you can partner with the city to come up with a relief fund. So it won't be set up as though it's in a war. Not like the college students are coming to take over our town and to take over what's ours, but more so we're all in this together to make our community a bigger and better place for individuals to come and learn, grow, and maybe even stay after they've completed their years at college, to pour back into this community. Because once students move into their new institution and to that new place, they now are a resident of this place. Community partnerships are very important because you can go out to meet different people, meet different jobs, volunteer at different food banks with different services. Community partnerships are very, very, very important. And I believe that some students don't realize that maybe until their junior and senior year, that working in the community that you live in is very important. Not just only going back to where you're from, your hometown, but support into the community also that you live in. These three topics to me were the most important because I've experienced these on my end, and I've also stressed these to the students that I've worked with throughout my time. And as a higher educational professional, I will make sure to continue to pour into my students on what I've learned from the good and the bad from residence life, community partnerships, and student involvement. I would just continue to stress these things to my students so that they can be the better individuals that I know that they can be. Thank you, and I hope you all enjoyed my Module 5 discussion.